Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber with One Rental at a Time with my good friend, my real estate entrepreneur, Omar. How you doing, sir?
What's up, guys? What's happening, Michael? Thank you for having me again on Tuesdays.
Yes, I love our Tuesdays. So, hey, our first conversation is going to be about money. What I have seen over the years, as most people don't talk about it, they're afraid of it. It's a source of stress. However, as I am lucky enough to rub shoulders with more and more quote unquote successful people, I find that they talk about money in lots of different ways. So I really have five categories. We're going to go any direction you want, but it's about earning, investing, saving, the return, right? What's the return like? And then finally spending. Happy to go anywhere you want, but I'm going to guess you talk about money with your network a lot more than the average person.
I do. I make it a point to because, why are you doing the business?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, are you just trading your hours for dollars that are coming in?
Mm-hmm.
And what are you doing with the dollars that are coming in? Are you spending every dollar of it and it doesn't compound, it doesn't gain interest, doesn't multiply, doesn't even increase by 1%?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? And literally, I like this topic a lot because earning in our business, in the real estate industry, you got to go help sellers and you got to go help buyers. Okay. Regardless of how you slice it,
Mm-hmm.
you still have to help a seller and you still have to help a buyer, regardless. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you increase the earnings there, but before you can increase the earnings, you got to know what to do, how to say it, when to say it, all that good stuff to be able to increase the earning at a higher level. So then you're going to be able to invest the money. Okay. And when you invest the money, obviously you're going to get that return. But then at the same time, you'll start putting away for some savings.
Yeah.
And to me, my savings is in all my real estate. I don't want to say I don't have savings, but which I do, but majority of my money in savings is all in real estate.
Yeah. I think most
Just
people
like you.
would. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Without it's not even close. Yeah. Without question. Most of it is in real estate. So when I think about this topic, and again, folks, we talk for 3 minutes before a show starts. So it's not like these are well thought out. But when I think about money, and then I think about people around me and then social media, I think of the five, 99% of social media is about spending. I bought the bag, I bought the whip, I got the fancy meal, I did a fancy vacation, riding on the jet, got the phone, got the watch, whatever it is. And damn, man, that is just the wrong way to go. I never talk about spending money.
Michael, you don't. And that's one thing about the differences, right? People, but this is the society we live in, though. If you flaunt the spending, if you flaunt the watch, the cars, the vacation, the jet, this, that, and the other, what do people want to do? It's a lot more sexy and attractive than earn more, invest it,
Yeah.
and then save it. Oh, and by the way, invest it in other real estate that's not as sexy. It doesn't bling, doesn't shine. But people, if you invest in real estate, it'll pay for all the things that you want that everybody's buying.
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
it is funny.
Yeah. So again, I've been in my career, right? I've been around some very successful software sales reps. And if you don't know, enterprise software is the land of $1 million years, right? I've been around hundreds of software sales reps who made grossed $1 million or more in a single year. It's an amazing thing. I've known some that have done it 3, 4, 5 years. Crazy. But lots of them have done it once. And every single one that I could think of, except one, all they talked about the next year is what they bought. I bought a new car. I bought a vacation home. I bought my wife or my husband this or that. I bought my kids this or that. And that mindset of how I blew life-changing money has always irked me, because in software sales, you get one of those. And if you're going to blow it, you're actually, most software sales rep that I know that made $1 million, and most means more than 51% or more than 50%, were bankrupt inside of 5 years because they allowed their spending to go up to their best year and they never had a best year again. So folks,
Ooh,
yeah,
that's huge.
yeah. Same thing with sales reps, I'm sure, or real estate agents, right? You go out and have a blowout year, 400 grand, you sell out a whole condominium or whatever it is, and you just don't do it again, but you allow your lifestyle to go to that best year, you're going to be financially ruined. So one thing that I never have done is I never talked about what I spent or bought, right? I had some nice things. I have nice things now, but I won't, they're not part of my channel. They won't ever be, right? I'm walking around in a hoodie that says do the work. It's not about stuff. And if you make it about stuff, you're not going to be financially free.
You know, it's a good point, Michael. I want to add to this. If it's about stuff, you know, you won't get financially free. Now, will you? It depends. It depends on your taste. If you're financially free and you do your math and you're able to go buy that buy that truck, buy that watch, buy that car, buy that boat, whatever it is, if you can pay for it in cash and have it not hurt you, that's a difference.
Oh yeah,
we're not talking about like don't go buy things when you're successful.
Of course,
I'm talking about buying things before you're successful to show people that don't really give a shit about you, what you have.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Oh,
so,
totally does. Right. Buying things to impress people that really don't like you. It's a nasty
and
habit.
they have no control over you either. It's like, who cares?
Yeah. Yeah. So the next thing that I think about this money, and again, let me see. So spending first, I never did that. Still don't do it. Really, this channel is all about. So the thing I've talked about most on this channel is saving, probably, because I freely admit that my 20s I wasted. I spent everything I made. And then Olivia and I started understanding needs versus want. It's where my Get Your Money Right course comes from. We started documenting a budget and we started cutting out our wants and just living on our needs, which allowed us to we were spending at one point 50% of our income. So that just meant 50% was saved. And that's what allowed us to get the flywheel going faster and faster and faster, is saving. So I do talk about saving a bunch.
You know, and Michael, and on this, you know, no one's ever talked about. My dad talked about saving, you know, or paying off debt and not having zero debt. You know, old school, no leverage, just what I have here in my hand. I'm going to pay for it, and I don't have to owe nothing to no one, right?
Yeah.
And then I took that the exact model of Rich Dad Poor Dad. Rich Dad Poor Dad. I see my dad, and it's like, God bless him. I love him. And it was more of a save, make money to save to pay off. Not make money, save, reinvest to multiply, then pay off. It was never that way. But in this case, with what you talk about a lot too, is in the savings aspect of it, you know, live below your means, needs versus wants. And this is very key that I'm taking out of this is your best year. If you're a professional out there, your best year, you cannot live a lifestyle like your last best year. You can't. Because you better figure out a fucking way to do the same, if not more. Remember, if you do the same, it's even. So you got to do more. And you got to do more. Granted, you want that pressure, but honestly, it's so simple just to keep it chill and increase revenue stream, put it all back into real estate, in my opinion. I don't know.
So for me, it was about saving, right? Living below our means, right? Kind of needs versus wants. And then it was investing. Obviously, I talk about yield in my course, which you're a part of. It's the only thing I look at. It drives them crazy. I will compare a 500 square foot house built in the 50s with a 20 unit apartment building. And I only talk about what I do. Those are things I bought. So that's what I talk about. And I will buy whatever has the highest yield. It drives people crazy. Buy bigger is better. Aren't 20 better than one? I'm like, no, the yield on the one is better than 20. I'll buy the one. But if the 20 is better, I'll buy the 20. To me, the yield's the only thing that matters. And then the last thing I'll talk about money is the thing I need to talk about more is recycling capital. Dude,
yes.
I've just realized that recycling capital is like the turbocharger. It takes a while, right? We bought these first 3 back in 2002, 3, 4. Then we did cash out refis. Then we did 1031s. Then we did BRRRR strategies. Boy, when this thing gets going and you can recycle capital, and when you really get good at it, you actually have none of your money in any of your deals. And it's an amazing turbocharger. But yeah, recycling capital is something I need to talk about more because people need to see the power in it.
Let's make that for next week.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We'll make it next episode.
Recycling.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll just do it.
Recycling capital. I really like that.
Yeah. So any closing thoughts about money, talking about it? Now I'll close on this. So I look at you as really 3 people. There's Omar, the family man, right? Raising a family, kids, brothers, sisters, mom, dad, all that. Then there's Omar, the individual investor. And then there's Omar, the broker. So I want to close with this idea. Do you talk about money, any kind, income, savings with the family? How do you think about it in your business? And then how do you impart that wisdom to your broker or your agents and things on your team? Let's close with that.
Oh, that's good. With family, we talk about the money aspect of it because obviously, I'm the one that takes care of majority of everything for the family. And I just let my mom, I'm trying to teach her, hey, listen, your money's sitting in an account, does not do anything, doesn't make anything.
Zero.
If I'm reinvesting and people are coming to me, giving me money, why not? Let me take my mom's money and let me help you increase your interest at least on it. And I'm hooking her up.
Oh, of course.
Or like 8-10%. Here you go, mom. Like that. I gladly pay more in interest for you than somebody else all day.
Just so you know, I did the same thing. I borrowed a nice chunk of change and paid 10 points happily every month. And I actually rounded up. I'm like, oops, I forgot what number it is. Here's one more.
Yeah, here you go. That, and then I take care of the mortgage payment and everything else. So it's cool. It's probably more, but it doesn't matter. They're your parents.
Yes.
And so we talk about that. I talked to my brother, my sister about it all as well.
Awesome.
And it's just a different conversation.
Okay.
But in the brokerage standpoint, because you have individuals that are trying to be entrepreneurs or they're professionals that want to get better at this business. It's like what I do is I paint the picture of get better at this business, understand it, increase the earnings, okay? Become detached a little bit from it, and reinvest your money for it to multiply 2%, 3%, 5% compounding over a course of a year, 2 years, 3 years. You're going to see how much you've done. Just the exact analogy or example of if you got 1% better every single day, that's 365% better in a year. What the F is your return on that? So just like money. So I have it broken down to,
awesome.
And I'm getting the guys, I'm getting the decals all over the wall where it's going to tell you how to make $1 million. How much do you need per day?
Yeah. And
I have it right here. $2,740 a day is $1 million. $5,500 per day is $2 million. $1,370 per day is $500,000. $685 a day is $250K. And $274 a day is $100,000 a year. So you figure out a way, you break it down. And I let them know, I was like, listen, it's not just having it in your bank account, going to buy a new truck, this, that, and the other. Create something that'll pay for the truck and you still have the money.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome.
I mean, yeah, I love talking about it because you've compounded it.
Oh,
I've compounded it substantially. So it just makes sense.
All right, buddy. If people want to be a part of your world, buy some real estate, join your team, where do you want them to reach out?
Go ahead and follow me guys on IG at Omar_Alfaro. And send me a DM.
Very cool, folks. Episode number 2, recycling capital, the missing topic that I have failed to talk about. Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.